Okay, so I'm planning for my Wednesday show to record 2 laps of the Chip Trail at Cedar Hill Golf Course. I have been running for about 20 minutes, I'm guessing. At the top of the street, I turn to the right and start doing counter-clockwise loops of the golf course. Hi. Still getting over the shock of that German wings plane crash in the French Alps. $150. I'm going to be running past about 150 ducks roundabout now. It's done. Hello. Thank you. Coming through. Hello. Hi. Thank you. So I'm now on the Chip. Hi. 25 minutes so far. Let me just start my chrono. The chrono, I have suddenly realized, is a very good device for me. Like most of yous, either using Garmin or some running app on your phones or portable devices, probably don't use your chronos very much anymore. Whereas we used to religiously play with those buttons on our Timex Ironman watch. Just the way the VW Beetle became so ubiquitous the Timex Ironman probably dominated 80% of the running watch market. Until the mid 80s, I would say that probably was not an exaggerated claim. This is a steep hill. I'm going to stop talking. That was my porridge. On this recording, I am using my clip-on wristwatch mic. Yet another use for my Timex Ironman. It's acting as a attachment point for my clip-on wrist-mounted microphone. I have 2 layers of stretchy material over the nipple of the mic. And the device capturing the data is my Sony in my pocket. Hopefully, I will not switch it off with its gyrations as I run. I did lock the screen, but miraculously, that's a landing of another group of about 100 ducks. These ones are a little more skittish than the King's Pond substrain. Hi. I thought that was Martin. Hello. I haven't seen Martin for about a year. Martin was with Stan before he died. Well, Stanley died in the hospital, so technically Martin was not with him. Hi.
Charlie, morning.
Hello. That surprised him and me, and his 2 little dachshunds. Now, before I lose all the trains that I have started, first one was starting my chrono. Yep, I'm always trying to calculate how long my show is. Well, I could use my chrono. Hello.
Hi.
But I didn't remember to do that for the first 3 minutes. So I guess if I take it to 45, I will get 48 minutes. Hi. The other train that left the station at the same time as my watch train was the fact that using the clip-on mic it is almost like I'm using a black box to record anything that happens on this run. It's a passive device, a bit like what's it called now? A Fitbit. Something you put on and forget about. Hi, good work. That guy was running up this hill that I always have to hike. Well, today I won't, because running it in this direction, I get a more of a gradual climb on the opposite side of the golf course. Yeah, so the autopilot. I hope they figure out what happened to that gent. When I first heard about it, I assumed it would have been in the snow, but no. Having seen some video clips of the crash site, I can see that it's just very remote. One of the things that was interesting were the first people to see the crash site were the hikers in the area. Hi. And the helicopters, and then all the news and police media circus. There comes another runner. Hi. She looked quite comfortable. Also running downhill. So, I think I covered the 3 trains that I started with in my mind. Not sure if it was the ducks that distracted me. The 150 lost souls, more than likely. Hi. This is when I get closest to the road again for another loop. This is the south end of the Cedar Hill Golf Course. And for those following on the map, the road to my right is called Finlayson Road. Well, I'm getting quite excited about the April challenge. It's going to be quite exciting for me to know that I'm not alone when I'm running this challenge. I just hope that we all survive and benefit from the experience of daily running, the journeyman approach to running. But I have come to one conclusion, apart from the fact that porridge makes me belch, then that is that however much I want to do well in the 50k in May, I will only do as well as I can from the training that I have. I want to enjoy the experience. And the problem with having previous goals is that they're so easy to get tied up with. Hello. I know it's a 10k loop. I've got a hike section here. It's a 10k loop, and it has been measured accurately with a wheel counter, a Jones counter. That's how the race can be certified by the BCAA, which is the British Columbia Athletics Association. 10k was always under an hour for me. Now, it probably still would be if I only had to run 10k, but I am committed to run 5 times that distance, which means that there will be an element of fatigue. Hello.
Morning.
Hi. Okay, so that's the end of the big hill. 38 minutes, 6k. 6:28. You're gonna hear a left-handed golfer teeing off in a second. You notice how the club that they use, the wood, the head is becoming bigger and bigger. Hello again.
Hi.
So I'm now running north, and that was the left-handed guy driving off. This is the rest of the hill. So back to the 1 hour 10k conundrum. I think I would be better off thinking of it as a 6 minutes 20, which would give me, what would that be on 10k? 62 minutes. This is so tempting. Hello.
Oh.
This is the guy with the Dachshunds. Hello again.
Hello.
He took the shortcut across the middle of the golf course. Hi. Well, I'm listening to music at the moment. Well, actually, I'm listening to the DJ describing the next tune. But unfortunately, his radio station is running a pledge, a drive at the moment. So, chrono check at 16 minutes. Add 3 to that. 19. minutes of recording. Yep, this should get me through 2 laps, and then I will head back. I'm hoping to do 100 minutes. Hello.
Hey. Let's go back down this way.
1 hour 40. I saw him before. He's running very fast downhill. Well, I heard Jim's marathon podcast the other day. I managed to fire him off 3 separate emails while I was listening to it. He brought up so many topics. He must have had a dozen audio clips to piece together. I suspect he was using the stop button as his edit tool at source. The nice thing about using the stop button at source is that you do get multiple separate files. Easier to edit later. As long as you remember the order of the clips, I have occasionally put clips together out of sequence. Not so much nowadays. That was a beautiful little bird there. Looked like some kind of speckled wren with a bit of a red flush. I guess it could have been a baby woodpecker. That's a happy granddad pushing. Hi.
Good morning.
Pushing possibly a namesake of his. Talking of progeny, my oldest son is still working for Google. Okay, right on, C2. The other thing is that the team that he was working with have gone to New York and left him and a few others to hold the fort while they're away. So I'm still running at 6:31 per kilometer, and I'm just about to complete my first loop. Here comes that girl again. Hello again. It's hard to know if I was running her speed or slower. I didn't really pay attention to where I saw her the first time. But nearing the completion of lap 1, I'm assuming she started at the rec center by Finlayson Road. I'm now coming back on King's Pond again. So the microphone that I'm using is a popular brand amongst podcasters. Hi.
Hi.
Here are those 150 ducks again. I actually had to zigzag around the ducks because they were being distracted by somebody feeding them. I posed less of a threat. I was threatening their meal more than their lives. Jim had a hilarious sing-along at the end. I'm not sure if he recorded it in his car or not, but it was very well done. An epic show, if a little long. So, this recording is now officially 27 minutes long. So I have 21 minutes to go. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. This is where I have to climb up, up, up on the soggy chip. Yeah, 6:30 on an undulating course with hike sections is a little slower than my 50k pace. I'm halfway to my goal. She just told me. Hello. Hi. Hi, doggy. Hello, little doggy. That was a tiny little black and tan Chihuahua. Last climb for this side of the golf course. I brought my wallet with me today because I have nothing left to eat or drink in my fridge other than 18% cream and soft brown sugar. So I will probably end this run. Hello. I will probably end this run at Save on Foods and get at least $30 worth of food. I did bake a loaf of bread yesterday, but I have nothing to put on it. I am literally living from hand to mouth. $6:31, and I think it was 52 minutes since I started running. So 6 8s, 48. So that was probably the 8K reminder. So 7. This run should be 14 kilometers. And if I'm accurate with my chrono, the show should be 48 minutes long. I have had to shorten my shows to optimize on my almost thrice weekly submission. Which reminds me, I should be sending a submission to the Extra Mile podcast. I'm looking forward with great anticipation to that show. It's probably 1:35, I'm not sure. Yeah. Well, I'm planning to record a short clip every day in April to commemorate my streak of 30 consecutive days of running. So those will have to be short. But I found with some of those short podcasts, I was amazed how much information you can pack into 6 minutes. Hi. 6 minutes is about 1 kilometer of running. And very close to where I live, I have a park that Derek and I often used to run. Lambrick Park has a chip trail and a gravel trail all the way around the outside. Basically it's gravel. There's a little paved section where the cyclists cut across the park. I'm now on a steep downhill chip trail, looking out over a couple of water hazards. This is where the second pond that you heard the 100 ducks landing in. The subdivision on my right is a bunch of townhouse type condominiums where I used to visit a wheelchair-bound client on a very regular basis. Yep, he has multiple sclerosis, which is a debilitating neurological disease which robbed him of his He has been in quite a sophisticated wheelchair, electric powered wheelchair. Bit of a climb on this side again. When I finish the second loop, I will pretty much finish my recording allocation for today. I was thinking of using the black box technique of recording. Hello.
Really nice.
They just started springing like a blooming
So everybody's admiring that woman's field of white, fragrant shrubs. I fear I'm losing another train. Back to Finlayson Road. Yep, I lost it. Still 6:31, and I'm up to 9K. So I've run for about an hour now, and I've been recording for about 36 minutes. Mind you, if I don't edit anything out of this show, you can probably just look down at your player. Hi.
Hello.
And tell me if I am correct with my guesstimations. That's basically what it all boils down to. Guesstimating how hard something is going to be before you attempt it, and then metering out the correct amount of effort. That is one of the key things that you learn after 20 years of running. Realistic expectations is what it's all about. And running every day in April should be quite straightforward for me. I just have to adjust my running clock to be about 2 hours earlier than it normally is set for. I should be running every day at 8 a.m. and not 10 a.m. That way I can send my submission up for approval daily before noon Eastern time. Hello. I think that's how it works. Alright, this is that hill I hiked on the last lap. So, sticking to my principles, I will hike it this time. There's a woodpecker for you. Graham has a woodpecker near his place who insists on pecking on some aluminum chimney pot, an aluminum chimney pot. This strikes me as kind of weird because I always assumed that they'd made that pecking sound to get at the insects in the tree. But you're not going to get too many insects out of an aluminum chimney stack. He thought it was probably more of a courtship ritual this time of the year. So they're announcing their presence. And he obviously is trying to attract females from far and wide. This is the payback climb. I'm tempted to sing along with the music that I'm hearing, but I will resist. It is a version of Row Jimmy Row that I am very familiar with. The chords and notes are part of my DNA. Almost to the top of this climb. So the microphone that I'm using is called a giant squid. This is where I saw the guy that I surprised with the two dachshunds, or sausage dogs, as they used to call them. Just about to cross Derby, which leads to the golf clubhouse. The other building on this property is the Cedar Hill Rec Center. You probably heard me recording on this trail at least 7 or 8 times before over the last 2 years. I like it because it's quiet and it's quite easy to figure out 3.5K loops in my head. 1 hour, 5 minutes. I 6:34 kilometer pace. I think she said 1 hour, 5 minutes, which would give me, at this pace, 5 laps at 1 hour 5 would be 5 hours 25. So I guess my next realistic target would be to break the 5:30 barrier, or not to surpass, not to go over 5.5 hours. Leave it at this half an hour of possible administrative duties. Hi. I'm looking forward to having a less than frontline presence at this year's version of the Elk Beaver Ultramarathon series of races. I've been a race director for about 10 years, so I'm passing on the torch. So, 42 minutes plus 3, 45. Yep. When I hit Queensberry, I will stop recording. And that is pretty much where I started recording. Yeah, well, the giant squid microphone isn't quite as loud as the built-in. Hi. The built-in microphone is the best of the lot. And I suspect that it has twin mics, but they're wired together. I think there is a stereo option, but I notice when I include files from my Sony to the GarageBand that there are two identical traces on the display. And when I patch in any recordings from my phone or my iPod, there's a single trace. Actually, I was kind of looking forward to getting a new one, but now that it's behaving itself, I feel a little guilty to spend money unnecessarily. Hi.
There.
My mantra is, if it ain't bust, don't fix it. And if it ain't bust, don't replace it. So, using both those criteria, I should, by rights, keep it until it dies, or until I break it completely. Other than that, the only thing I buy is fuel for my body. So I'm up to 45 minutes, and I can think seriously about cutting this off, as I have just reached Queensberry Avenue. Let's see what my recorder is displaying. 49:06. So, mission accomplished. This is the Running Jackal saying bye-bye for the Wednesday show.